Hello YouTube, Sam here from youtube.com/onlivegamer for the new Boston, and in this tutorial we're going to continue working on the email client that we created in the last tutorial. Now all we've done so far is created the interface for it, and we created two variables. We've got a my message as a mail message and an SMTP sender as the SMTP client. So let's go ahead and make some subs here. So we'll do private sub create message, and we're not going to need any arguments for this because everything is stored in our text boxes. So let's go ahead and set the name for each one of these. So we'll do text from, text pass, text to, subject, and body. So text subject, text body. Okay, so whenever we create the message, what we want to do is use our myMessage object. So myMessage dot from says gets or sets the from address for this email message. So we're going to have to set that equal to whatever is in our text from. So what we're going to do is create a new mail address. And it says represents the address of an electronic mail sender or recipient. So what this is going to do is it's going to do everything for us, and all we have to do is provide the text that contains the email address. So we're going to create a new mail address, and then we're going to use text from dot text dot trim. Now what trim does is it removes any blank spaces that they have in there. So let's say they started off, they put a space and then typed in their email. Well, trim is going to take that out for us, so this will prevent errors from happening. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is get the to. We're going to use the password later on when we actually send the email. So we're going to do myMessage.to, and now we're just going to add another email to send it to. So we're going to set that equal to, actually we're not setting that equal to, we're using an address as string. So we're going to have to pass a string to this. So we'll just do text2 dot text, and we'll go ahead and trim that to get rid of any blank spaces. So we added another person to send it to. Now what we're going to need to do is add a subject. So myMessage.subject equals, and we're just going to do text subject dot text. So it gets the subject that they typed in. And now what we need to do is we need to create the body. So myMessage.body gets or sets the message body. We're going to set that equal to textBody.text. Now we can also set the priority of this. So myMessage.priority equals, let's see, mail priority. We can do high, low, or normal, and this is an enumeration. So let's just go ahead and leave this at normal. So now we've initialized our message. Now let's create a sub that will set up our SMTP client. So private sub create SMTP. Okay, so now that we've created this sub, what we're going to need to do is set some attributes of SMTP sender. So SMTP sender dot, you can see that there's a whole bunch of stuff right here. So let's start off with the credentials. So what we're going to have to do is create a new net dot network credentials. It says provides credentials for password-based authentication schemes such as Basic Digest, NTLM, and Kerberos authentication. So basically what this means is we're going to give it a password and a username. So the username is going to be text from dot text, and then we'll just trim it, and then we'll set the password to textpass.text.trim. So now that we have our credentials for our SMTP sender, so it'll actually send it using a valid email address, let's go ahead and set some other attributes of our SMTP sender. Now we can enable SSL encryption so that it's a little bit safer. So we'll just set that equal to true. Now we'll do SMTP sender dot, and what we're going to need to do is use the host. So the host for live email addresses is smtp.live.com. So this is what it's going to connect to send our email addresses. Our email to. So then we'll do smtp sender dot port equals, and we're going to have to supply the port that it connects to. Now I believe the port is 587. We'll just have to see if that works. Okay, so now we've got our create SMTP